Nintendo didn't just launch a new console, they reignited an obsession. The Switch 2 isn't about better specs or shinier graphics, it's about how different it feels to play. It's faster, smarter, and somehow more alive. But here's the real shock. The games aren't just upgrades, they're reinventions. Whole genres are being flipped, old franchises are coming back with teeth, and indie developers are creating worlds more immersive than anything we've seen on console before. This isn't just another top 15 list, this is a full-blown breakdown of the games that are defining the Switch 2 era. Titles that don't just look good, but change how you game. So buckle up, because if you thought you knew what the Switch 2 could do, these games are about to prove you wrong.
Oh, really?
Let's kick things off with one undeniable truth. The racing games on Switch 2 don't just push limits, they destroy them. First up is Rigger Racer, the revival no one saw coming. This isn't the clunky arcade drift fest you remember. It's smooth, razor tight, and brutally fast. Instead of just breaking into turns, you glide through them with buttery precision, chaining drifts so clean they feel like choreography. Every track is packed, daring you to break the rules. But if Rigger is a slick speed machine, Fast Fusion is a full-on adrenaline overdose. Picture anti-gravity hover cars racing through neon cities, asteroid fields, and upside-down looped highways at speeds that barely feel legal.
What?
You're not just driving, you're flying, dodging, weaving, even battling other racers with weapons mid-race. This one feels more like a sci-fi action movie than a racing game.
I like that.
And then there's Mario Kart World. But don't be fooled by the familiar faces. This is not the Mario Kart you grew up with. It's gone open world, added 24-player chaos, and introduced new Battle Royale modes like Knockout Tour. One wrong turn and you're eliminated. And each of these games proves that Switch 2 isn't just faster, it's braver. It's letting developers go wild, and the result is pure chaos in the best way possible.
Nice.
But speed isn't everything. What comes next is all about choice, story, and the lives you can live. What if your next favorite game wasn't about beating bosses, but building a life?
Oh, really?
On the Switch 2, role-playing takes a surprising turn, not just into fantasy, but into full-blown lifestyle simulation. And the results? Addictive. Start with Rune Factory, Guardians of Isuma. You're not just farming, you're protecting a magical land, uncovering ancient secrets, and raising monsters as allies. 1 minute you're harvesting strawberries, the next you're casting spells in real-time battles. The blending of farming sim with action RPG has never felt this smooth. Relationships matter. So does your daily routine. Somehow, this game makes both feel like high-stakes adventures. Then there's Bravely Default Flying Fairy HD, a true JRPG classic reborn. The job system is the star here. Imagine customizing your party with insane class combos like Knight plus Black Mage or Monk plus Time Mage. You're not just leveling up, you're crafting strategies. Add in some jaw-dropping plot twists and a bold art style, and you've got a remaster that actually feels fresh. And then comes Fantasy Life I. The girl who steals time. It's pure wish fulfillment. You can cook, fight, fish, build, date, or time travel, all on your own terms. Want to slay dragons before dinner? Go for it. Want to spend the whole day making furniture? Totally valid. These games don't just let you play a character, they let you become one. They reward curiosity, creativity, and downtime. And they're surprisingly hard to put down. But not every journey is relaxing. Some take a sharp, twisted turn. Some games don't just tell stories. They trap you inside them. And the Switch 2 is home to some of the strangest, smartest, and most emotionally charged adventures in gaming. Take Deltarune Chapters 1 through 4. On the surface, it looks like a quirky retro RPG. But then it hits you. This world is deeper than it seems. You play as Chris, dragged into a dark realm where your decisions twist the story in unpredictable ways. The combat blends turn-based tactics with bullet hell chaos, and every character is layered, hilarious, and heartbreakingly real. You'll laugh, you might cry, and you'll definitely question what's really going on. Then there's Split Fiction, which goes full meta. Two authors, one writes science fiction, the other fantasy, get sucked into their own fractured worlds. What follows is a co-op adventure unlike anything else. 1 minute you're casting spells in an enchanted forest, the next you're piloting a mech through an asteroid belt. It's imaginative, unpredictable, and demands teamwork. And finally, Yakuza 0 Director's Cut. Don't let the street fights and karaoke fool you. This is Shakespeare with fists. Switch 2 gives it the polish it deserves. New cutscenes, an explosive red light raid mode, and slick 60 FPS visuals. It's loud, wild, and surprisingly emotional. These aren't just games, they're experiences you carry with you, and just when you think you've seen it all, something familiar returns, but with a new edge. On the Switch 2, legacy franchises aren't just making a comeback, they're leveling up in ways no one expected. Start with Sonic X Shadow Generations. Yes, it brings back the classic Sonic formula, high-speed sprints through Green Hill Zone and other nostalgic favorites. But this time, everything looks sharper, faster, and bolder. The real twist? Shadow gets his own full campaign. You're not just running, you're blasting enemies with new Doom powers and pulling off stylish moves across surreal, chaotic stages. And with both quality and performance modes, you get to choose speed or beauty. If Sonic's returning with Flash, Street Fighter 6 Year 1 to 2 Fighters Edition is coming back with grit. This isn't just a button masher, it's a refined, punishingly precise brawler that caters to both veterans and newcomers. The full roster from 2 years of content is here, packed with legends like Ryu and Chun-Li, plus new challengers that bring the pain. The controls feel tight and intuitive on Switch 2, and the online modes run smooth enough to keep every combo competitive. These games aren't riding on nostalgia, they're rebuilding it, reinventing themselves for a new generation without losing what made them iconic. But the next titles on this list aren't just reinvented, they're magical, literally. Because once you enter these worlds, nothing else matters. Magic hits different on the Switch 2. It's not just about casting spells or brewing potions, it's about feeling like you've stepped into a world where every corner hides a secret. And 2 games prove it better than anything else. First, Hogwarts Legacy. Set in the 1800s, long before Harry ever held a wand, you arrive at Hogwarts with a secret, the rare ability to harness ancient magic. From your very first class, the school feels alive. Every hallway, every hidden chamber, every moving stair. Combat is spell-based, fast, and cinematic. You'll be chaining lightning, levitating enemies, and freezing goblins mid-air while riding your broom across the Scottish Highlands. On Switch 2, it runs smoother, looks sharper, and feels more immersive than ever. If you've ever dreamed of living in the wizarding world, this is it. Then there's The Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, and Tears of the Kingdom, Reborn. These aren't just ports, they're enhanced, expanded, and more intuitive. Switch 2 upgrades them with faster load times, HDR support, and an amazing feature called Zelda Notes, a second screen of lore, puzzles, and Princess Zelda's commentary. Plus, new save slots make it easier to live multiple lives in Hyrule. Together, these games redefine open-world magic. They don't tell you where to go, they let you wonder what's out there. Every cliff, every ruin, every gust of wind hints at a story waiting to unfold. But what if you're ready to leave Hyrule behind and explore the stars? And on the Switch 2, space isn't empty. It's alive, unpredictable, and stunningly detailed. Enter No Man's Sky, reborn with its massive beacon update. What started as an ambitious indie experiment has become a sprawling universe in your pocket. On Switch 2, it's finally running at its full potential, 1440p docked, 1080p handheld, with buttery smooth performance and gyro aiming that makes exploration feel precise and personal. But the real magic isn't the visuals, it's the freedom. Every planet you land on is procedurally generated with its own weather, wildlife, and ecosystems. One moment you're scanning alien creatures in a neon jungle, the next you're building a robotic city on a desert moon. That's right, you can now manage robot settlements, turning desolate worlds into thriving outposts. The new city building mechanics are deep, yet accessible. You govern, you defend, you expand. And with full multiplayer and cross-save support, your journey never has to stop, no matter what platform you started on. This isn't just space exploration, it's sandbox storytelling at a galactic scale. Whether you're a lone wanderer mapping uncharted systems or a planetary governor organizing trade routes and defense grids, No Man's Sky on Switch 2 is more than a technical achievement. You can free roam, uncover hidden secrets, challenge friends, and try out brand new racers like Moomus and Penguins. The visuals are crisp, the performance is flawless, and the sense of fun? Pure Nintendo. Whether you're drifting at 200 miles per hour, tending magical crops, or managing alien cities, one thing's clear. The Switch 2 doesn't just play games, it creates worlds worth living in. And somehow it still feels like Nintendo magic.